Hey guys, one of the coaches of Unger Academy here, and welcome to our weekly chat about what happened in the markets over the last 5 days. But before we start, please subscribe to our channel to stay updated on all our new videos. If you haven't done it yet, of course. So let's start with stock indexes. So here's the chart of the Mini S&P 500, which managed to break all its historical highs this week. It's a significant resistance level, so it was obviously quite difficult to break. By the way, let's wait and see if over the next few weeks this upward trend will continue or not. Then here's Nasdaq, which has also been rising and recovered from its significant downtrend. It's still below its all-time highs though, but it's getting closer to them. As for European stock indexes, such as the DAX and Euro stocks, well, they've been a bit weaker. The bond market went significantly down, also due to the uptrend of the stock indexes. Among the bonds that went down the most, there's the T-bond, the American 30-year bond, and Bund, which, as you can see from this chart, is going through a clear downtrend. The energy market is still very strong, although some markets went up and others went down. More in detail, RBOB has reached its highs and crude oil continues to rise, while natural gas and heating oil have been a bit weaker. By the way, this market has done pretty well lately, as you can see if we look at its 1 month, 3 month and 1 year returns. As far as the metals market is concerned, as you know, it has been suffering quite a bit for the last several months. And at the moment, it's in a sort of trading range, and it's still quite unclear which direction it's going to take. On the other hand, silver's waking up. Yeah, this week it rose by 5%. The cattle markets were all negative, while there were contrasting trends in the soft commodities market. About 2 weeks ago, cotton went up quite a lot, and at the moment it's still around those levels. Then there are the cereals, which all went up this week, and the currencies and Bitcoin, which also went up. I can tell you that right now there is great excitement about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, more in general. In fact, these markets are expected to rise significantly by the end of the year. We'll also see if there's something like a Christmas rally for cryptocurrencies. Meanwhile, in intraday, Bitcoin managed to reach almost $68,000. I'm talking about the future on Bitcoin, of course. Now let's take a look at the historical volatility of stock indexes. Here's the Mini S&P 500. Well, there's a slight drop in volatility, which is obvious due to the market's uptrend. But as you can see, the ranges are all quite high. And this is the reason why historical volatility hasn't gone down that much. On Nasdaq, for example, it remains at the 50th percentile over a 1 month time horizon. Over a 1 year time horizon, it's still very high. In fact, as you can see, it's above the 50th percentile. On the other hand, the structure of the implied volatility on the S&P 500 is the complete opposite. Now, these are the Spx Volatility Indexes, and as you can see, the term structure of implied volatility is in contango, which means that short-term implied volatility is lower than long-term implied volatility. Now, this is the classic term structure of the stock markets when they are in a bull run and there isn't any turbulence going on. You can also notice a decrease in implied volatility over the last 5 days, and this is clearer on VIX, which is currently on the lowest levels over the last few months. In short, we can say that there are no warning signs at the moment, and that traders seem to be absolutely confident about the future performance of the stock indexes. Now let's move on to the rollovers. Next week, the heating oil, natural gas, and gasoline futures will expire. And I'd also like to point out that at the end of the month, that's the 29th of October, the Bitcoin futures, both the full contract and the micro version, and the Ether futures are going to expire. Okay guys, our weekly chat about how the markets moved over the last few days is over. But if you would like to know how we trade here at Unger Academy, following the method of the only 4-time world trading champion Andrea Unger, I invite you to watch our webinar. And you can find the link for that webinar in the description of this video. And please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it yet, and stay updated on all our new content. Until we see you next time, goodbye everyone.